Hi everyone, it is time for number 2 in our Advent calendar page from Rita Berman's lovely winter walk or year walk book. This is a house. I'm assuming it is iced gingerbread with some holly, so that is how I am going to colour it. And so I'm actually going to start with the holly because it's fun. And I'm going to grab a really dark red to do the outside of the berry. This is middle Cadmium Red. It's 217. I'm using my Faber Castell Polychromos again. I did say yesterday, do catch up if you missed yesterday's bell, that I would use these for all of the videos, just because it's I've got a nice range of colour. So you see what I have done here, a nice dark outside, fade towards the middle. We could use a slightly lighter colour, but I think by the time I finish faffing, I think it would only need this one there. Okay, so if you go darker around the edge, lighter in the middle, it looks shiny, and it looks rounder, more spherical, I should say. It does look round already, which I like. So we've got some holly. I always like it to be a very dark green. I think I'm going to use this one today. This is the, can you see it? Deep cobalt green. Okay, and I will see how it comes out and whether I want any other colours. So I'm just going to put a base colour down and think about the shading. It's quite difficult with a small holly leaf. If you think about holly, it tends to stick out, so the prickly bits tend to be sticking outwards a little bit. It's quite hard to colour. What I think I'm going to do is just make it a little bit darker near to the berry, and then just fade it towards the tip. It's a lot easier that way. And I'm going to sharpen. It's quite a small space. It's always a little bit thick on the end. So there we go. So just working over what I've done until I feel happy that it's got enough layers of colour. You can go over the tip in a lighter green if you'd rather. If you find you're a little bit heavy-handed and you can't get the light and shade difference that you want to achieve, then you can use lighter and darker pencils. It can be easier that way. Or you can lighten the bits that you've done that are a little bit too dark with a slightly lighter shade of green. I'll show you how to do that. So let's grab this one. Woo! No, let's drop this one. Hang on a moment. Let's grab, this is the, what's it called? Earth green. Oh, I can't, it doesn't want to show you. Maybe that works. Can't see. It's a really light green. And if you just pop a little bit on the tip of the leaf. Now I find with polys, the light colours don't always lie that well on top of the dark. But it can help a little bit. But if you're using something like Prismacolor or even the Arteza Experts or Caran d'Ache Luminance, that will work better. But anyway, I'm happy with that. So you can fiddle around if you want to. Right, I'm looking at the heart on here and thinking, do I want that pink? Do I want it white as if it's just icing? But if I do white icing, we've got a white background. I'm not intending on doing the background, so I'm not sure that I do want white icing. What I'm going to do while I'm thinking is colour in some brown for the gingerbread. I'm trying to think, what colour is the gingerbread? Is it yellowy brown or dark brown? I don't eat it. I'm going to use this Nougat colour. I can't get you to see. Oh, there. Nougat. And do a base, and then have a think about whether I think it's the right sort of colour or whether it needs a bit of a lighter colour. I think it's probably a bit lighter than this normally. So what we'll do is we'll add a yellow on top. So my aim now is to try and get, excuse me, try and get an even shade across if we can. I'm going to do that bit over the door, it's sort of icing as well. Not sure about the door colour, but I'll have a think about that too. I need to think about whether I want the heart to be pink or to be red. We could match it in with the berry, but I think it might be nice to be pink, so we've introduced a new colour in. Okay, so there's my brown. I'm just going to think about, this icing here looks like it's thick, so I think there's going to be some shadow underneath it. So I'm going to do a darker layer all the way under there. And when I come in with my yellow or my lighter colour, I'm not going to colour over that little bit because I want that to definitely stand out as darker. Do the same thing under the heart. Might do a little bit around here. Just gonna, I don't want it quite so dark on that. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to grab, I think I'm going to use the green gold. It's quite a nice colour. Again, I can't show you, it's very small. Teeny weeny. I need to sharpen it. This might be one of its last outings. So anyway, I'll go over the top of this and make it look a little bit more biscuity, rather less burnt. That dark colour, I know it could be quite treacly, but I think it looked a little bit burnt to me. So that's made it look a bit more biscuity. It's like a gingerbread biscuit is quite dark, isn't it? Does it look too yellowy now? I'm thinking it does. I'm going to add one last colour. I'm going to fiddle one last time. I'm going to pop on a some burnt ochre. And hopefully it will work. If you don't like this colour, get out your sketchbook or your scrap paper, fiddle around with colour combos until you get one that you like. So now I'm thinking, does that look too orangey? I think it's going to be fine. I'm just going to leave it. I could fiddle and paddle all day. I'm actually alright with that. So I'm going to leave that. The heart, I've decided I want it to be nice and pink, as if it's pink icing. So what I'm going to think about is that maybe we'll have pink icing over the whole thing because we can't really have white. So I'm going to pick a pink where I've got 3 shades that are similar and use them for the icing. So we've got these 3 pinks. Oops. And that is the, I'll have to tell you the names in a minute. So, but I feel that they work well together. I feel they're all shades of Barbie pink in my head anyway. So I want to use the darkest one for the heart. And that is this one. It wants to roll over the desk. It is Fuchsia. There we go. So I'm going to do the heart, and I'm going to do it quite hard. What I'm actually going to do is I might put a little bit of white on it after. I'll show you if I... Now the door, I'm going to match it in. So this is going to be dark fuchsia as well. And as we did with number 1, it's going to colour over the number, and it won't hide it completely, but we're not going to sort of incorporate it in. I mean, obviously it looks like it's house number 2. So it absolutely works. So there's that one. Oh, you could do the going right into the corner. There we go. Okay, my next lightest pink in my selection is this one, which is light purple pink. And I'm going to use it for here, so above the door, but I'm going to leave a little gap of white at the top. there. And I'm going to do these side pieces, but I'm just going to sharpen first. I might actually colour that right to the edge, and then I'm going to use a white pen to do some little details after. So rather than, I'm just solid colouring here, so rather than doing it now, what we'll do is we'll grab a white and make it look like icing. Now we've got our lightest one, which I'm going to use for this sort of snowy roof part. Now this is, I think, just checking, Pink Madder Lake. Okay. And I'm going to go over this, again fairly hard, because I'm going to go in with my white in a minute. Because I would normally do this white, but as I say, because my background's white, I can't. So we just got to be open-minded and try something different. I can hear some banging outside, getting all excited in case it's the postman. It's probably just my next door neighbour. My next door neighbour isn't a postman. So anyway, might be someone coming home for lunch. It's 10 to 12. We'll see. Anyway, I'm just trying to fill that in fairly solidly. And then we're going to grab a white pen and make it look more fun. I'm going to use this Gellyroll 05. It's a very small nib, and this is a teeny picture, so we need small. So I'm going to start at the top and work down so that I don't smudge what I'm doing. Okay, so I could put some on the berry, but I'm actually quite happy with the berry. What I'm going to do is start, let's get the pen to work on a bit of scrap paper. That's it. And then start doing some little dots. Rita's drawn dots on the edges of the icing, and I think I'm going to copy those, but I'm going to do them in white. I'm not going to try and cover all her dots with my dots. I'm just going to do some white as well, and then it just adds to it really. I think that looks quite pretty. I don't know how well you can see it, but I think even if you can't sort of make out their dots there, it does still make a difference. I've got this heart. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go around the edge of the heart with a white line like that, as if we've got a little bit of white icing. And we're going to do that on the top of the door. Remember, I was going to leave a white gap. I thought it would look better if I did a white pen. And we're going to do one around the edge of each of these. I'm not sure what to do with the actual door. I think we'll go around it. Now, my drawing skills are not brilliant, but hopefully I can make this work. Now the good thing about Polychromos is that the dye never leaks into a white pen. I am going to do some white on the berry and the holly, because I think, because I've done it elsewhere, I think it's going to look a little odd. So I'm just following that line that Rita's drawn. I can do a little bit here and here, just to make the holly look slightly shiny. There. Now I'm definitely going to leave it, or else I'm going to spoil it. But that was lovely fun. I think we'll leave the video there today, because tomorrow we've got this heart, which is quite simple, and we can do the candy cane as well. I think that will be fun. I've got one idea for a candy cane. We've got two on this page actually, and we might do them differently, not the same as each other. So there we go. So that's me for that one. I hope that was fun, and thank you very much for watching, and happy colouring.